Okay, so I hate vegetables and I don't know what to do with them. Are you kidding me? Now what? Well, in this episode, let me help you fall in love with vegetables. We have a great recipe of the podcast. I'm going to show you how to make roasted vegetables made simple and delish. We have a very cool because of my diabetes story and much, much more. Okay, let's get cooking. This is the Happy Diabetic Kitchen, the podcast about people who love to eat and cook healthy. This is your guide to the world of healthy cooking and conversation about happy diabetic living and lifestyles, where we turn ordinary ingredients into something extraordinary. Welcome to the kitchen and let's get cooking. Hello everyone, I am Chef Robert Lewis, the Happy Diabetic, and this is the internet's most delicious cooking podcast. Well, I'm here in the kitchen getting ready to explore a healthy diabetic lifestyle. If you're new to the show, welcome. I'm happy you're hanging out with me in my kitchen. Well, we're going to start off this podcast with a really great because of my diabetes story. Simply finish the statement below, because of my diabetes blank. You know, add something positive. Lemonade out of lemons. Maybe you met someone amazing. Maybe someone who's helped you. Simply tell us your story and head over to the happydiabetic.com website, hit the contact tab, hit the email or record your story, and if we select it, I'm going to send you a cookbook as a thank you to you. Today is because of my diabetes story is from Kevin from beautiful Seattle, Washington. Chef Robert, because of my diabetes in 2017, I was told by my doc I was now a person living with type 2 diabetes. I started living a healthier lifestyle, eating better, and exercising more. And hey, I lost 20 pounds, and I feel better. Matter of fact, I've never felt better. Boy, but it wasn't easy. I did realize I could be healthier than ever before, so thank you, diabetes. Thank you, Kevin, for sharing. I really appreciate it. Your cookbook is on the way. Welcome to the kitchen. Hey, Jace, how are you?
I'm great.
For those who don't know, this is Jason, our producer extraordinaire and engineer, and my co-host. How you been?
I've been pretty good.
Had a good week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go extraordinaire.
Yeah?
But I would say Trice is best.
Trice is best. Okay, awesome. Hey, so we're talking veggies, Jason. So are you a veggie guy?
Yeah, I am. I like veggies.
You have a favorite veggie?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean, I like asparagus. I like spinach. I don't know. I like a lot of stuff. Broccoli.
Yeah. My latest new love is roasted Brussels sprouts. Those are really good, really tasty. Yeah. But, you know, I meet a lot of people all the time, Jason, who just can't get over vegetables. They don't like them. Or maybe they've never had them prepared right.
Yeah, I know a few of those people.
I mean, I know growing up, my mother, she was excellent at boiling vegetables to a mush and really no flavor.
Right.
Right? I mean, and of course, she'd force you to eat the vegetables because they were good for you.
Sure.
Right? Well, the truth is a lot of diabetics and people wanting to eat healthier hear the call to eat more veggies. I know I heard it from my doctor. I know you've heard it, right? Mm-hmm. Veggies are the thing that you should eat more of.
Yeah.
The truth is lots of diabetics and people wanting to eat healthy hear the call to eat more vegetables. So a cold chill comes over them with nightmares of the way many grew up eating them. You know, like my mother did. Overcooked, mushy, no seasoning, just really simply yuck. Okay, so I hate vegetables and I don't know what to do with them. That's the battle cry. Well, listen, you have to get over it. So first of all, let's talk about the trick of cooking and eating vegetables to make them super delicious. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I mean, I eat a lot of vegetables. How about you?
I Probably not as much as I should, but, I would definitely like to eat more.
Yeah, I love vegetables. I mean, I'm really getting into them. And on a good day, I'll eat at least 1 to 2 servings of broccoli, cauliflower, onions, spinach, beets if they're around, or whatever else I might have. I kind of get impulsive at the grocery store. I shop at the outside edges of the grocery store, and I love the produce section. All that really amazing color. And the more vegetables I eat, the better I feel. A crazy correlation, I know? I don't think so. Matter of fact, today I carried around a bag of organic colored baby carrots I got at my local Aldi's. They were really good. Have you ever had those?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're like, the baby regular carrots.
Sure.
But they're like purple and white and
Really?
yeah, they're really cool and they weren't very expensive.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they were really delicious. So, why are vegetables so important, you may ask? Well, let's name a few of the benefits. Well, they're rich in antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and super high fiber, which we know when you eat high fiber foods, it helps keep your blood sugars from spiking. And it protects us from lots of things hey, listen, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist. All I know is my mother said, eat your vegetables, they're good for you, and she was absolutely right. I know they contain lots of water that help you stay hydrated. And they're very nutrient-dense and calorie-poor, meaning they make you feel full without adding bad calories, helping you control your overall food intake and manage your body weight. So for these reasons, it's time to jump into the vegetable garden. In fact, when I ask people living with diabetes who are really crushing it with weight loss and better health, increasing their veggie intake is the one thing they really say they do first. The majority of vegetables I consume are fresh and frozen. When I'm strapped for time and I can't make it to the grocery store, I use frozen vegetables. So I believe that fresh produce and frozen produce have the same amount of nutrients. So here are some veggie myths. Are you ready? Let's get going. Number 1, are raw vegetables more nutritious than frozen vegetables? Well, there's little or no evidence to support this claim. Most fresh vegetables, think that those you find in large commercial grocery stores, have spent many days in transit. And the longer the fresh vegetables are left from the moment they're picked, the more nutrients they lose. Frozen vegetables, on the other hand, are typically picked at the peak of ripeness, flash frozen after blanching, which preserves vitamins. So really, fresh and frozen, same nutrient levels. Number 2, are raw vegetables more nutritious than cooked vegetables? Again, there's very little proof that that is true. So my happy diabetic recommendations today for vegetables, well, if possible, try growing your own vegetables or shop at the farmer's market. This will ensure the highest quality vegetables you can get. And in regards to raw versus cooked vegetables, I think it's a good idea to eat a mixture of both. Raw vegetables for my snacky snack is always my way to go. For raw vegetables, be sure to thoroughly wash the fresh produce prior to eating. And for cooking, try to avoid frying or boiling vegetables, but instead stick to steaming, baking, grilling, or, my personal favorite, roasting. Yum, love those. So the moral of the vegetable story is this. Vegetables are great for you. No matter how you get them into your body, if you can get freshly picked vegetables, great. If you have to eat frozen, great. But hey, there's a lot of really great options. And if not, frozen vegetables are the next best thing and won't be far off nutritionally. In the end, there isn't a huge difference between raw and frozen vegetables, nor between raw or cooked veggies. So mix it up. Do what's best for your lifestyle. And as always, I encourage you to buy local if you can. But above all else, listen to your mother. Eat your vegetables. So now it's time for the recipe of the podcast, or in this case, the process of the recipe. Now, I'm going to post some amazing roasted vegetables on my website, happydiabetic.com, but I want to talk about the process and the beauty of roasting that is simple and healthy, not to mention delicious. Remember, it's all about turning ordinary ingredients into something extraordinary. So let's get started. First, preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Next, cut your vegetables into uniform sizes so they cook evenly. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Then in a large bowl, toss your vegetables in just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil or canola oil. These two oils are monounsaturated, which are the healthiest choice fats. The oil should give every piece a nice light coating. Light is the word. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo the oil so they're so soggy. The Happy Diabetic formula for roasting is a half a tablespoon of olive oil per pound of vegetables. We want to avoid dry, burnt vegetables, so be sure to evenly coat and thoroughly toss each piece of the vegetable. But remember, oil is pure fat. It adds about 125 calories per tablespoon, so take a deep breath and take it easy on the fat. Season the vegetables with sea salt, kosher salt, a little fresh ground pepper, a little garlic. You don't need too much, as you want to really allow the flavor of the vegetables to really come through. Add any additional flavor favorites, such as chopped onions, a squeeze of lime. You will want to add your personal touch of love to make each dish your own. Next, spread the vegetables out on a baking dish in one thin layer. Don't crowd the vegetables. Place the baking sheet in the middle of the bottom rack of the oven, and you might have to experiment with your oven to find where the veggies cook best. After about 8 to 10 minutes, you'll want to start to hear the vegetables sizzle. Take a quick peek, give them a quick stir, and as the baking sheet starts to heat up, the roasting magic begins. They start to get caramely and dark and a little charred. Oh my gosh, it's really amazing. And if you think the vegetables are cooking too quickly, well look, if they're burning, just turn the oven down a little bit, check every 5 or 10 minutes, and really enjoy, because roasted vegetables are really amazing. Now I'm going to post some amazing, delicious roasted vegetables on my website, happydiabetic.com, and also on my website you will see a link for cookbooks. And check out my Cook Fresh, Live Happy cookbook. It's available online with free shipping. Tons of really amazing farm to fork to table roasted recipes with vegetables of love. It's just an amazing book. Of course, I'm proud of it. I think it's really awesome. So that's the vegetable of the podcast. That's the recipe of the podcast. That's something of the podcast. Okay, hold on. Everyone take a deep breath. That is the recipe of the podcast. Sorry, I get so excited when I talk about vegetables. Really, I want you to feel the love of vegetables. Did I mention there's nothing like roasted broccoli, fresh out of the oven with a little lemon juice and feta cheese? Okay, I get a little excited about vegetables, but the good news is you're listening to the Happy Diabetic Kitchen Podcast. I am your host, Chef Robert Lewis, the Happy Diabetic. Be sure to follow me on all my social links. You'll find them all at happydiabetic.com. Just look for my links at the top right-hand side of the page. And if you have a question for me, go to my website, hit the Contact tab, and ask me a question. You ask the question, I'll answer them. They might even become part of the show. And if they are, I will send you a cookbook of love. Our podcast is produced and engineered by Jason Lewis. Our theme music by the Happy Diabetic Kitchen Band. And of course, yours truly, rocking out on the electric guitar. And of course, our kitchen mascots, Scout and Tucker, who have already had dinner, but they still look hungry. Thanks for tuning in, and let me leave you with this thought. Julia Child once said, "The only real stumbling block is the fear of failure. In cooking, you gotta have a what the hell attitude." So long for now, and remember, no one loves you more than me.